Hey Bayek, it's me Ian. And in today's video, I'm continuing my series of looking through my 4K and Blu-ray collection. And now, yes, we're on the 10th shelf. So this is part 10 of my look through this collection. And, well, let's get on with it, as I say. Hey Bayek. Right, so if you remember, we're going through James Bond. Here we are, Octopussy. Roger Moore again. This is getting more near the end of the era, but a lot of people still enjoy him, and he is enjoyable, you know. Roger Moore, he's just enjoyable as Bond, yeah. That was Octopussy. Then, the very last one of Roger Moore, A View to Kill. Again, I think this is enjoyable. Some great scenes in this. He is obviously showing his age more. That's what people were saying, but I like it. There's Grace Jones as well in this, and she's funny. It's a real strange kind of role. Really good. Yeah, that's A View to Kill. Then we've got into a lot of people now talk about Timothy Dalton, and here it is, The Living Daylights. A lot of people really like Timothy Dalton. He's kind of, now I think the good thing about Timothy Dalton is he's like, he's still got the elements of Bond, in terms of there's still the fantasy stuff and the villains there. Maybe it's not quite as emphasized as much. And then people see this as a bridge with the Daniel Craig Bond. But I think this is better. Yes, I think I agree. Definitely better. And of course he's appeared in Doctor Who, so you can't argue with that. Yes, he was in Doctor Who. Ha ha. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people like these two films, and they would have liked to have made more, but he didn't. Then we've got this one, License to Kill, which again was, I think this is the first Bond film that at the time, yeah, it's still here, a 15th certificate because of the violence in it. Yeah. It's a good film again. I'd like to have seen more, but it didn't happen. Then we've got Pierce Brosnan and Goldeneye, which many people rate this one as it's always in the top Bond films, and of his Goldeneye. I like it. I quite like Pierce Brosnan. I think you take it as well, because he's kept that fantasy element in there as well, and the villains are good. I enjoy the villains. Tomorrow Never Dies. All these are quite good. Yeah, I know perhaps some people don't like him as much, but yeah, I think he's good. He's enjoyable. And then The World Is Not Enough. Ah, great. All these great stories. Because my favourite, of course, which nobody else seems to like apart from me, well, maybe a few people, is Die Another Day. I honestly, and I know I'm in a total minority. I love this. This is one of my favourite Bond films. Die Another Day is what I want from a Bond film. You've got Halle Berry in it, fantastic, and a great tribute going right back to Ursula Andress. This story is brilliant. It's got all those wonderful ones. People complaining about the CGI. Oh, so what? You know. And then I love the invisible car. And yeah, it's not an invisible car. It's got a cloaking device, which makes sense. If you're a Star Trek fan, you accept cloaking devices, but not in the Bond film. Wake up. I know, sorry. I mean, it's just me ranting away. Because I do love this so much. I get so much enjoyment from this, watching this film. It's my perfect idea of a Bond fantasy linked with this secret agent stuff and everything. And you can't go wrong with Halle Berry. Yeah, she's fantastic in The Catwoman, another brilliant film. And here she is in Bond. Now we move on to the Daniel Craig era. And we start off with Casino Royale. A lot of people love this. They put this up there perhaps as their in the top 5, maybe Bond films. Not for me, quite. No, I think it's vastly overrated. But I can see why there'd been such a gap and the way the story is. But I don't think I think the villain is not overexciting. There are good scenes in it. The long choreographed fights and all that stuff is quite good. And I can see at the time people liked the grittiness of it, a different approach. There's really no fantasy element at all in this, and I can see that, but I don't like it quite as much. But I can understand people liking it. Then we've got this, which even Daniel Craig supporters don't like as much, which is Quantum of Solace. It's okay. I mean, they're okay. I can sit and watch them, but I'm not thinking that they're the greatest, and I tend to gravitate towards all the other Bond films. But I will watch them, but, they're not, I won't go to running to them. And then Skyfall, which for me is probably the best Daniel Craig film. Nice little slipcover there. It's still got the Blu-rays. I didn't upgrade on these to the 4K releases. I think this is the best one. There's a lot of nice elements in this one which I like, and of course, well, no, I'm not going to give too much away in case you haven't seen it, but there's some good, dramatic, emotional things in here, which is very good, and I like that a lot. Then we've got, perhaps, it's just my opinion, this mess. It's dull. It's not good. I know it's in my collection. And I normally say I won't be negative and won't have anything that I don't like in the collection. I'm not saying I don't like it, but it sounds like it, doesn't it? But I'm saying if I was to put this is probably at the bottom of ranking of James Bond films. His problem is it's dull. Everything about this film, it feels plodding, and it's just is not interesting. The way they've done the reveal, and no, not for me at all. Really, it's not Bond, is it? This isn't Bond. Controversial, but anyhow, but a lot of people will disagree with me. But yeah, it's the worst one. And then finally, we've got what many people might think is the worst. But it's a good end, I think, to the Daniel Craig era, which is No Time to Die. Notice how I got this in 4K. I know it sounds weird. Well, it was just there cheap, and I thought, I'll get it in 4K. And there's some good things in here. I like some of the photography, cinematography is very good in this, and I do like the bass. You've got all that kind of stuff which harks back to old days. I like it when the villains have their bass. The villain is considered perhaps not as strong on this, and maybe they're right. That his presence isn't his presence isn't as strong. But the emotional ending is fantastic, I think, and it was perhaps brave for him to do that. Except, where do you go now? But it's not the worst, definitely. Which some people have made out it was the one before, which is the worst one. Anyhow, It does. It's. I could probably watch this one more than any of the others. Oh, maybe Skyfall. Skyfall. This I would probably watch more again. The others, yeah. Anyway, so that's Bond. Now where shall we move? Yes. Here we are. We are into iconic films. Jaws. I got it in 4K. Jaws is Jaws. A lot of people's very favourite picture. I know. Mentioned this a lot. We're going to slipcover. Looks fantastic. It is good. It is great. It's not. It wouldn't be my ultimate favourite, but it's a good film that you can enjoy over and over again. And I remember when it came out and seeing it, and all the shocks of it were great. It's a great cinema classic to see. To actually see it was great. So that's the original. Then we have got Jaws 2, which I might whisper this. I really enjoyed Jaws 2. Jaws 2 is a very good follow up, and some parts of it I actually like better than the original. Yeah, the more the interaction with the family involved, his family. I like that. I like that aspect. There is some good stuff, and I quite like the illustration there as well. This is coming out, I think, in 4K, but it is actually really good. I haven't got the others. I haven't bothered with the others. I know you can get them on Blu-ray, but I've not bothered with any others because you don't need it. If you got these two, that's it for Jaws. Then we've got now, I know you can be controversial on this, and I'm not going to be. I'm just going to go straight into it. I think it's a very good film, and I really enjoyed it. You can just sit back and enjoy this. It's a great series. The third one perhaps isn't as good, but I'll go on about that in a minute. But this is good, and here I've got a double one. This has got Jeepers Creepers 2 and the third one. I think I don't know. I really like it. I think it's good. The second one, with the bus and the kids, and I like it. The third one, you feel is not quite there, but there's some good bits. You can just sit and enjoy it, but it isn't as good. But anyway, at least I've got them all now, and I've got this double one, so that was good. Then we've got one of my all-time favourite films, The Joker. The Joker is something you can talk about and watch. It's such a great film. Joaquin Phoenix is wow. It's so many levels. This is where cinema, and I'm making a big claim, becomes art in its highest form. That sounds really, it's just a film, isn't it? Well, it is just a film. And there is Robert De Niro, but what a film. It's a film you can discuss and talk about, and the performances, amazing, absolutely amazing it is in this. And there's so much in it. Unbelievable film. I just love it, and I'm looking forward to the follow-up, which I know is getting nearer to release, and I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it's not going to let us down, but it's a hard act to follow, really, with this. One of the great films, definitely. Then I've got this. This is perhaps one of my favourite Disney films. The 2D ones, which I always prefer. The Jungle Book. I mean, it's just great. And anybody that says anything against it about the modern stuff, about this and that, please. It's a classic film. The music's great. stop going around nitpicking about this and that. I love the music. The music's great, and there's so much to enjoy. It's one of those films that I've grown up. I remember it going well the way back. Jungle Book, amazing film. Then I've got here. I love this series of films. I know it's just enjoyable. And the first one, of course, is the classic. It's Jurassic Park. I've got the 3 here in 4K in this nice box set. I enjoy them all. I'm not going to say, get all worked up. This is a very good set. It's one of my favourites. Yeah, I could really enjoy these films over and over again. Who doesn't love them? Well, some people do, obviously. And then they start getting all, worked up like they do. But yeah, this box set, it's got the 3 films in there. It's a beautiful box set. And it was quite cheap, as I remember. I really got it quite cheap. And then we've got here Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. I love that. Absolutely love that. Then I've got this 2 movie collection in 4K of The Fallen Kingdom and the other one, the other Jurassic World one. I don't know where it is. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. I know people, now you can hear all the, people, I enjoyed it. I just think they're fine. I know people say, they're not concentrating on that and this, and special effects are good. I think it's a good story. You get what you get with these, and some may argue is they're repeating the some of the original Jurassic films, but Jurassic World films were really good. And then we got this one, which again, a lot of people didn't like this. I can see why some aspects of it they didn't like as much, but I enjoyed it. And it's not a pile of whatever people call it. People get all worked up, do a video on it, and worked up. It's enjoyable. It really is. That's what films are about. But hey, it's all opinion, isn't it? But I'm not going to get all worked up about anything like that. It's just a film. And it's a great, enjoyable piece of entertainment. And I liked it. I thought it was a nice conclusion. Plus bringing back the cast members from the original Jurassic Park. You can't argue with it, can you? Really, and looking at it like that. Look, brilliant. Then we have got now I've got to review this. I've only got this really recently. Well, I might have reviewed it by the time I probably have actually. So, but this is another Hammer film, Kiss of the Vampire. I may well have reviewed it by now, but I am at the moment because I'm doing this well ahead. I'm looking forward to watching this. It's Hammer. I know I'm going to enjoy it. That's Kiss of the Vampire. Then we've got Knowing. Yeah, this is another great one that I really enjoyed. Nicolas Cage. You see this around all over the place going cheap. It's a great story as well. There's something about the way it all comes together. It connects everything, and it's a spectacular film. Really, it just wonderful. I love it. If you're a Nick Cage fan, you can't help but love this one. Then we have got Le Grand Buffu. This is a foreign language film. I think this is French. This goes right back to my student days when I saw this at my art house cine club. It's supposed to be a film looking at the bourgeoisie, the decadence and that. It's what it is these group of men get together and for a weekend of food and sex. The food takes over and they overindulge. They just eat themselves to death. It's kind of a spoof. It's kind of funny. It's kind of also weird, but it's really good. And you could spend time talking about this and intellectualizing it, but some people may feel it's a bit sick for them. Yeah, there's certain scenes I can think of, but I think it's good. I've always enjoyed it, and you just take it as it is. And I remember at the time when I was younger, I thought it was, something very different. I'd not seen anything like this. I was a bit naive, I suppose, in some aspects. And, there it was. It's not something that you'd see on TV, would you? You wouldn't. No. I'm surprised that they showed some of this, but it didn't get into video nasties and all that era. But yeah, it's a French film. It's Le Grand Buffu, and I think it's. I'm trying to say, is this Arrow? Yeah, it's Arrow. Yeah, this is Arrow. Yeah, there's quite a few extras on that, but it's a really good film. If you want something a bit different, weird, that's a good one. And then carrying on, just showing I'm still into these films. This is a more modern one, is Lamb. Again, not a lot of people do not like this film. I don't understand why. It's an Icelandic film. I do understand to some extent. I think it's too weird for them. It's just too much for them. They can't get past it. I think it's a beautiful film. I think it says a lot about loss and about the landscape around that they're struggling with their lives and their loss. And there's a lot of the sort of folk horror elements in this. It works so well. I was just blown away by it. It's my kind of film when it's this sort of weird. Again, a lot of people just do not like, but I understand that. Not everybody likes weird things. But it's this to me ain't weird. It's perfectly, it's a good film. It's a great film. Then we have got here, this is definitely on the video nasty list. It's the box set of The Last House on the Left. I think it could well have been on a 4K. I don't know, but this is a really good copy. Now, I'm really pleased I've got the book and everything on the Arrow video release. This is Wes Craven. I think it could well be his debut film, I think. And it's quite shocking in some ways. And it's very brutal. And there's a lot going on in, but it's so well filmed. You feel that the way it's filmed, it fits what it's on, and therefore, if you make it too slick, or it would lose a lot of what it is. It's like when I talked about I Spit on Your Grave. This I kind of put in that sort of area. That's why the music's interesting. You've got this rather interesting music, sort of hippie kind of music, and all these awful things are happening. But it's a disturbing film. There's no doubt about it. But it's well done, and I think it's good. It's really good, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection. It's a historical film in that sense as well, because it was one of the banned films. But now we see it in context, yeah. So that's The Last House on the Left. Then I've got the remake, which I really love as well. The remake is very more modern take on it. And it's equally brutal as well. Excellent. It's another good film. I'm glad the remake is a good, strong remake, yeah, definitely. Then we have got, yes, The Last Matinee. Now, I've had this quite a while. I got it when it virtually came out. And I know it's got really popular amongst the community. And I can see why. Once people have seen this, they think, wow, this is a great film. Spanish, even though it's the subtitles are Spanish, Uruguayan horror film. You can call it that if you want. It just arcs back to the slasher period, but it's done so well. And this, I think he's first time director as well from his story, and incredible. This is the edition where it's got all the books and posters and all the stuff in it inside, and it's a great film, highly recommended. Then you see, I'm really pulling them out now. Look at this, Last Night in Soho. What can I say? This is just such a good film. I think I have reviewed it and probably went on and on. You can just, it's a kind of film that you can just talk about and talk about. And of course, from my viewpoint, it's Diana Rigg's last appearance in a film, and it's a great performance as well by her. She's quite a key character in this, though you don't actually immediately see that. But yeah, she does a great performance. And of course, there's Matt Smith in it, and of course, the very popular Anya Taylor-Joy, who's popping up in all sorts of films, performance, singing, and wow, great film. But it is a great horror film. It's one of my favourites. It really is. It's a real favourite. But they all have been. I've got so many favourites, but yeah, that's it. Last night. And so then we've got another Nicolas Cage film called Left Behind. I picked this up again really cheap. I can see the message is kind of one of those last day Christian kind of things where the rapture has happened and people disappear, and it's an amazing film. I really liked it. You don't have to be into all that. You just sit back and enjoy this film from what it is. Yeah, he gives a great role, Nicolas Cage. I enjoyed this. Then we've got, this is a TV series that I absolutely loved. It's called The Leftovers. It's funny, I'm mentioning about the rapture. In this series, people just disappear, and we see what happens to those that are left behind. It brings out all sorts of characters, and there's this group, the way they're smoking, it's reminiscent of the X-Files, this cult. It just shows you all these implications, and it went on for 3 series, and it had an ending as well. So that's the first series. Then I got the second one. Well, it was an extraordinary piece of television, all these episodes. So pleased I've got it on Blu-ray. And that's the final season. And I say, it had a conclusion as well to it, and it all made sense in so many ways. People might think the ending was an anticlimax, but I thought it was excellent. And then we've got, I'm really pulling them out. I absolutely think this is wonderful. I know this is a bit hard to get at the moment. It's The Legend of the 7 Golden Vampires. Hammer goes kung fu, and it's got Peter Cushing in it. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. There's so many good things in this film, and you just sit back and enjoy it. Really, it's great. I think maybe Hammer, they were in the last throes, as you know, were hoping maybe that something would come out and they'd get a series of these films, but it never happened. But yeah, I can't stand anybody not liking this who likes Hammer, because it's superb. It's wonderful. It's something different. I like it. And then finally, I've got here, actually, Let Me In. Yes, another late Hammer film. Let Me In is amazing. I think this is a Hammer film. Sure it is. Yeah. One of the more modern ones that they've done. Let Me In is based on. No, I don't know. I think it's some Scandinavian one, film original. A lot of people say, "Oh, you should like the original Scandinavian one." I've not seen it. I've only seen this one, but I really like this one. It's a vampire one. Yeah, people talk about great vampire films. I would put this one up there as well. I would. This is fantastic, and it's in a slipcover as well. Hey, mate. Yeah, I recommend this one. Definitely. It's Let Me In. Yep. I'm just thinking, wow. Yeah, I must watch it again. Yeah, it does make me think, oh, I must watch this. I see that. Anyhow, I've been going on far too long, haven't I? So all I gotta say, as usual, is that if you've enjoyed these and haven't subscribed, then please subscribe, because then we'll let you know when I put out these videos. Hey, Mike, and if you like it, well, hey, give it a like, because then it helps with algorithms and hopefully more people see it and all that stuff, and it all costs note. If you got any comments, please put your comments down. I'd love to hear from you. I really would. And that's it, really. Well, you enjoyed it, you know. Oh, why? Been going through this lot, eh? Anyhow, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.